I know some of you guys might be a little bit triggered by my title, but please trust me, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry is not the end-all be-all cherry fragrance of all time. And while it is a really good cherry fragrance, everybody already knows about it and it's been discussed, and there are so many incredible cherry fragrances that deserve just as much hype, if not more, that are just sitting there waiting to be discovered and smelling fabulous. So those are the ones I want to share with you guys today. There are some affordable cherry fragrances here, as well as some higher end niche luxury stuff. So something for everyone. And I do have a couple honorable mentions as well. Some like discontinued fragrances that are really hard to find, but also really outstanding. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. And if you're new here, my name is Yana. This is The Scented. We talk about all things fragrance. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell. Stay tuned for any new videos coming up. We'll do the fun fragrance things together. And let's dive into cherry fragrances. This list is going to be from 10 to 1, and I'll go over the honorable mentions towards the end. On number 10, we're going to start with an affordable fragrance that actually isn't a cherry fragrance. And before you guys click on out of this video, please trust me, it smells like cherry. This actually has a milky note of raspberry. There is caramel in here, and it's a very milky, glossy scent. Like, it smells glossy. It really smells to me like a cherry lip gloss. It's actually quite lovely, and for the price point, it's a really great smelling scent. Like, you don't smell this and think 30 bucks, but that's what you can get it for. And like, I got mine for about 30 bucks. Discounters always have it for a really, really affordable price. It smells great. It's a really sexy, flirty, kind of fruity, milky caramel scent. I wouldn't call it fully gourmand leaning, but there is a gourmand touch to it. I think people that do like the Viva La Juicy scent profile, this is a little bit more mature, dressed up, glossier, and yeah, just a really likable, pretty scent that has like a phantom cherry note. I think the raspberry in here is coming through more like a cherry note. There's also a lot of citrus notes, but they're not bright. They are muted and they're creamy. So I love this one. For the price point, one of the best ones that you can get, and Cacharel actually makes really great scents, great performing scents for a really affordable price point. So that is our number 10, Cacharel, Yes I Am. On number 9 is a discontinued fragrance. This is Prada Candy Gloss. This has cherry, peach, almond. It's a green sour cherry. It's a very bright, uplifting scent that is still powdery, but has a green facet to it. It almost smells like a type of body lotion. The cherry isn't bam in your face. It's quite subdued, and it's mixed in really nicely with the almond. So this one is still relatively affordable if you can find it. I think I got my bottle for about 50 bucks. I've seen it on a lot of online fragrance discount sites. I think Fragrance Buy still has it. I'll make sure to link everything in the description box for you guys. But it's a really nice, easy wearing, everyday casual scent. It has kind of an airy, almost icing sugar powdery feel about it. It dances in the air, very light, very breezy. Very hard not to like the scent. At first I wasn't sure what I thought about it because I thought it was kind of neither here nor there, but the more I wear it, the more I really, really enjoy it. It's a beautiful, gentle green cherry. So for somebody who's looking for not a gourmand cherry, not a cherry almond kind of syrup scent, you just want something gentle, this is a beautiful, gentle, intimate, quiet scent, but very likable. It still has a hook about it. It still captivates you. So that is our number 9, Prada Candy Gloss. Still available as of the time that I'm filming this video. Number 8, this one is for the gourmand lovers. This is from Navitus. It's Venom of Love. It's been done in collaboration with Paulina Shar, another YouTube fragrance reviewer. Super fun personality. She loves these rich scents, and so I was expecting something very rich, very decadent. And this one is a very high quality scent. It smells full of flavor. It has cherry, chocolate, brandy, almond cream, all of these delicious, delicious notes. This is for the gourmand lover for sure, but it's not a juvenile scent at all. It is quite mature. It is sultry and rich, and it lasts all day and beyond. Very, very powerful scent, but I can't stress enough, very much for a gourmand, rich scent lover. This is perfect for cool weather as well. Evening, date nights in the winter, super sexy. This reminds me a lot of those cherry blossom candies. I'll put it up on the screen. They keep popping up around Christmas time, and that's immediately what popped into my head when I smelled this. Just that maraschino cherry covered in brandy, covered in chocolate with that cream. This in a perfume. Number 7 might surprise you guys, but I actually really like this Lolita Lempicka Sweet, and it is a great discount scent. It does last on my skin. It smells like a powdery cherry candy, almost like cherry cotton candy. There's iris in here, there's cacao. Cacao makes it a little bit powdery. It's gentle, it's not cough syrupy cherry. I really like this, and it is a clean fragrance. So they reformulated all of their scents, and now a lot of people do complain about poor performance, but that's because they changed to a clean formula, and this one, it is a clean formula. I do get a proper 6 hours out of it, so I'm not complaining about performance, and you can find this for a really affordable price. Like, I picked mine up for I think about 30 bucks. You can find it anywhere from that price to 50. And for that price point, it smells lovely. It's a nice sugared sour cherry with touches of powderiness. It's quite elegant actually. Like, dare I say, I find this quite an elegant sour sugar cherry. And I don't know what it is about it, but I'm really, really enjoying the scent. It's very easy wearing, not super complex, but likable cherry. And I think a lot of my like for it does come from it being a clean fragrance. On number 6 is Guerlain La Petite Robe Noire. This is the EDP. I love the Eau de Toilette as well. That one's a little bit fresher, but this one is more cherry centric. It actually gives me a little bit of a leather vibe as well. Very, very gentle. Even though there's no leather note listed, the way that the cherry combines with the supporting notes, the licorice, there's anise in here as well. It's really nice. I'm not a licorice lover. I really do not like licorice, and that was something that put me off on the scent. Initially, I was worried about the licorice note, but I did go ahead and buy it. And it is a very sexy cherry scent. There's also red berries in here, tea, rose, so there is a little bit of a light airiness to it, as well as kind of a dark, sultry facet. Just like a little black dress, it is very easy wearing. It's sexy, it's casual, it's kind of an all-around easy wear. I do love the EDP, and I reach for this one more in the cooler weather, but I also really love the Eau de Toilette, which I have a refill bottle of. So I actually keep my juice in here. I got this little bottle on Amazon, and I thought it was really cute. It's an airier, fresher, easy wearing, and somehow more interesting version of it. It doesn't give that leatheriness, which this one kind of does. It's just a lot fresher and uplifting. So either one of these, fantastic cherry fragrances, but if you're looking for a fresher one, go for this one. If you're looking for more of a sultry night out, go for this one. I also have 2 fragrances for the number 5 spot. Both of these Kayali's, the Invite Only Amber and the new Lovefest Burning Cherry, I wore these both so much trying to pick the one that I wanted to include in this video, and I just couldn't. The Invite Only Amber has killer performance. This one doesn't perform quite as long. This is more of a true cherry. Here, it's kind of more richly intertwined with amber, cinnamon, tobacco. This is almost like a cherry tobacco scent with cinnamon. Think something along the lines of, if you like Spice Bomb Extreme, but that's a masculine fragrance, if you like that, add some cherry to it and make it feminine. This is kind of the effect. Not a similar scent per se, but that's the vibe. I think if you like one, you'd like the other. The cherry is not front and center in this one. It is there, it is noticeable, but it interplays really well with the other notes, whereas the Lovefest Burning Cherry is a cherry forward fragrance, and it's a different take on cherry, where a lot of times cherry is combined with almond or tonka. Here it's combined with wood, and it's a little bit chocolatey as well. There's a praline note in here, raspberry, and Palo Santo, which is this kind of sweet wood. Like if you burn Palo Santo to cleanse your house, I mentioned this in another video, you know that scent, and it does come through really nicely in here. This one is yummier, like it is a yummy, almost like mouth-watering type of cherry with a gourmand touch from the praline. This one is a little bit more rich, upscale, warm, ambery, deep woody. So I couldn't choose between the two. Layering them is pretty nice, but I kind of preferred each one on their own. I thought that the layering combo would like blow me away. Truly, it kind of didn't, and I think it's because these scents actually are quite similar to one another. If I had to personally say which one I like better, just ever so slightly, I think I like the Invite Only Amber. But they're both really nice cherry fragrances, and this one is a lot more cherry forward. Number 4, Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. I've been loving this since I got it. I love Banana Republic fragrances. All of their fragrances smell really expensive, really upscale, and for a store brand, like, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by how good all of their scents are. They're made really well. The only problem is they don't last very long, but this one lasts okay. This one's not the worst. I get a good 4 hours out of it. I know the prices have gone up recently on online retailers, but I think you can still find it for about 50 bucks, and it's still really, really worth it. It's a nice creamy cherry. It really kind of smells like a cherry lotion. In a way, something about the scent reminds me of Baccarat Rouge 540 and Bal d'Afrique at the same time. Bal d'Afrique from Byredo, which those of you guys who know me know how much I love that scent. Something in between there is kind of what the scent gives. It has the same lotiony effect that Bal d'Afrique has, but it doesn't have the rooty vetiver touch, and it has this airy sweetness that Baccarat Rouge has, but also a beautiful cherry note. So all around, the quality, the scent, the price point, put this one at number 4. Number 3 is a newer fragrance that comes from a luxury brand called Soradora, and it's called Mandorla. This is a cherry leather scent. It has a bit of muskiness as well, but it's mostly about cherry and leather. It is very seductive. It is mouth-watering. It's very, very sexy. And this one is very unisex. This smells amazing on my man. I had him wear it one day and it smelled like a much better version of L'Homme Idéal from Guerlain. This smelled like that type of scent profile, but way, 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 way better. Very, very sexy. People have compared this to Parfums de Marly Herod as well. This is outstanding. I would say this over Herod any day. I'm not the hugest fan of Parfums de Marly, only because I do pick up some synthetic facets in most of their scents, and they just don't seem balanced to me. This one is perfectly balanced, incredibly sexy. Cherry and leather. That's mostly what it is, but perfectly executed. On number 2 is a limited release fragrance from Sniff called Tarte Deco. This is very, very cherry centric, and as some of you guys might know, Sniff does clean fragrances, so all of their formulas are toxin free, which I really love, and I like a lot of their fragrances. A lot of them are really outstanding. They make great candles as well, but this one is number 1 for me right now. After I smelled it, I was like, wow. Very cherry centric, probably the most cherry centric of all the ones I've mentioned up to now. Very cherry forward. There's raspberry in here as well. It's flirty, it's playful, it's sweet, and it's not juvenile at all. Not like a candy cherry scent. Even though it's almost going that direction, it's still grounded. There's vetiver. There's a lot of nice grounding facets about the scent. And I can't stress how incredibly long lasting this scent is. I couldn't believe for a clean fragrance how long this lasted. It lasted me the entire day, like truly the entire day. And on my clothing, it was very difficult to get out. I'm so happy with this one. It actually reminds me a little bit as well of my long lost unicorn queen, the Viktor&Rolf Dancing Roses, which I do have a travel size of that I'll talk about a little bit later. This one is quite similar to that. Very sexy, very flirty, cherry forward fragrance. And number 1 is Cherry Punk from Room 1015. This is my number 1 cherry fragrance for life. I am obsessed with this. This is incredible. This is the cherry fragrance that I have been hunting for all my life. Like this is it. This is actually, to me, even better than that one that I mentioned from Viktor&Rolf that I was obsessed with. The cherry note in here is extremely similar to Viktor&Rolf's Dancing Roses, which should be called Dancing Cherries. But anyway, that one's discontinued. Basically impossible to find. The cherry note in here is that. Fragrantica puts leather as the most dominant facet in this fragrance, but that's not true at all. It is very, very cherry forward. Leather is actually somewhere subdued in the background. Like, it's not a very leathery fragrance on my skin at all. It is very cherry and it is quite feminine. So ladies that are worried about a leather facet, don't worry. This one's extremely mild. There's saffron in here as well. A little bit of pepper, some powdery notes, but mostly it is about cherry. For all the cherry lovers out there craving a true, delicious, mouth-watering cherry, you need to get this. this is the one for you. I do have promo codes for some of these. I'll be sure to link them all in the description box for you if you do want to check them out. You can also sample most of these on my decant shop, thescented.ca, which will also be linked in the description. And let's get on to a few of these honorable mentions. So the first one is Woman Cherry from Zara. I didn't include it in the main list because it's not that good to be in the list. It's not very long lasting, but it is a very playful candy-esque kind of citrus cherry. It's very different from all the other ones behind me. It's very summery, so it's also not like that season appropriate because now we're heading into winter. But if you're looking for a fresh, easy wearing, citrusy summer cherry, this one is super affordable and actually smells really, really nice. I smelled their cherry smoothie as well and I didn't like it. That one has a weird synthetic thing to it that just rubbed me the wrong way. Woman Cherry is actually really nice and easy. And the unicorn queen herself, Dancing Roses from Viktor&Rolf, the Magic Collection. Oh my god, I wish they did not discontinue this collection. It is so good. I got myself a little sample set that I found for a steal on Poshmark. This one has a little bit of brandy, a tart lychee note that offsets that rich booziness. It has a little bit of rose, but not too much rose. Like, it really should be called Dancing Cherries. It's all about the cherry. And the closest one of all of the ones behind me to it are my number 1 and 2, Tart Deco and Cherry Punk. They satisfy my craving for the scent once this one runs out. And this one has a little bit of an effervescence and a cleanliness to it as well. So anyway, I do really love this one. Too bad it's gone. If you guys ever do get a chance to sniff it somewhere, just give it a sniff because it was such a beautiful cherry fragrance. It's gone now. Now, this here is a mood crystal. What is a mood crystal, you ask? It's a room scent. So I got this from Define Me. Define Me is a brand that I do collaborate with occasionally, and they sent this to me as one of their promo things that they had released. And it's meant to be an air freshener. And when I got this is called Rami. The scent is called Rami. I was like, it's a nice scent. I don't want my room to smell like this. I want to wear this. I don't know if I can wear this oil. But anyway, they did release a fragrance called Rami, and this has a beautiful, rich, dark cherry accord with fig, with almond. It smells really sweet, warm, and very, very cozy. There's also a little earthy facet to this. Almost smells as if there could be patchouli, but it's very, very downplayed, just a touch earthy to offset the sweetness. And I think this is super sexy. And as a fragrance, outstanding. As a room scent, not my favorite, but as a body scent, yes, all the way. If I could use this as a body oil, I would. Not sure if it's safe, even though they are all clean fragrances. I'm probably not gonna do that. But for those of you looking for a clean scent with a really rich, warm, dark, ambery cherry, this. So good. Like, not this, but the actual fragrance version. Just thought I'd put it out there in the honorable mentions. So anyway, there you have my entire list of my 10 favorite cherry fragrances. I would love to hear some of your favorite cherry fragrances and discover them as well. And again, if you guys wanted to check any of these out, they are available on my decant shop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.